My heart goes out to all those wonderful folks in Boston because today we're all Boston fans. But I think also at the same time we have an obligation not just to feel badly about what happened in Boston, but also to help people trying to make sense of it, in particular the youngest among us. They're the ones who are going to be most scarred by this. And if we can help them appreciate that this is not something that's going to make them personally at danger, and we can give them a little bit of hope, because that's what this is all about. And not being fearful of the future, but realizing that if you can just make a little bit of sense out of this craziness, it'll help you get through life. So make sure you talk to the kids in your life. Make sure you explain to them you love them, you're here to protect them, and that we're going to find out who did this, and they'll come to justice. But what gets everyone through is what has always helped our species survive in times of turmoil is how we help each other. So call a friend that you haven't spoken to in a while. Bring the family close together. Use that unity to create a safety net to support us emotionally. And this is not a wound that will heal quickly, but it is a wound that will heal eventually if you have the right salve, and that salve is love. We've saved a lot of lives. There was a lot of blood loss. Some human life was lost, but there are many more others who will be scarred permanently because of the post-traumatic stress disorder. The thought that you could go from a place of safety, even with all those policemen around, and yet still be a danger of death. I think one of the realities of modern life is post-traumatic stress disorder is common and it needs help. Don't try to do it on your own. A little bit of loving advice, supportive advice from your family is great, but get professional support as well.
When we got to the scene of the first blast, it was pretty horrendous. The first man I saw had lost both legs. It's one of the pictures in the newspaper. It's been going around. I realized quickly, scanning all of the injured, that they all had wounds in the back of their legs, if they still had their legs. We began to take people that we could out through the street to the medical tent. I just picked her up. We were just crossing that finish line. You can see the yellow of the finish line in the behind the backboard on the ground, and we were just not close enough yet to the medical tent, and we were running with her. When I got in the tent holding the backboard with the other men that were in the picture that I guess started New York Times online or something, I got that sent to me by a lot of people that knew I was working there, saying, "I'm glad we know you're okay because we saw you." I didn't know any of that at the time. I never realized how much my phone was going off. Never felt it, never saw it, heard it, nothing. We got them onto the ambulances. As 2, 3, 4 ambulances left, 2, 3, 4 ambulances were ready to go. They came right out, kept going. There was no wait for an ambulance ever. And we were able to get them to the area hospitals as quickly as possible, with communications from the EMS personnel to the emergency rooms at all the hospitals. It affects you a lot.
Thank you for watching Extra on YouTube.
And for 24/7 updates on celebrity news, subscribe to our channel here, like us on Facebook here, or follow us on Twitter here.
And if you want your voice heard, leave a comment below.
Where?
Right there.